Children readily understand that an adult who is sometimes a little stern is best for them. Their instinct tells them whether they are loved or not. And from those whom they feel to be affectionate, they will put up with whatever strictness results from sincere desire for their proper development. Thus, in theory, the solution is simple. Let educators be inspired by wise love, and they will do the right thing. In a trying situation, you can also look for whatever element of humor may be present. The ability to laugh things off has saved many an awkward situation in the classroom and social life. The world is thankful to the person who can create laughter. There is something about it which sweeps away worry, jealousy, and even disgust. Laughing is mutually stimulating. Your laughter will start that of the other person. His laughter in turn will make your laughter the more hearty. Among writers who have left behind them works sufficient to keep their memory alive, one here and there has also had the peculiar power to impress his personality, not only upon his contemporaries, but upon posterity likewise, which accordingly thinks of him with a kind of interest usually reserved solely for the living. The mere sight or sound of his name brings with it a train of attractive association and arouses the same sort of pleasure as we feel at the unexpected reappearance of an old friend. Our humanity is by no means so materialistic as foolish opinion is continually asserting it to be. Judging by what I've learned about men and women, I'm convinced that there is far more in them of idealistic power than ever comes to the surface of the world. If much education is apparently wasted, so is much of turnip seed that the farmer sows in the field. It is necessary for the farmer, one might say, to sow more seed than is necessary if he wishes to get a first-rate crop. You will all find that a time comes in every human friendship when you must go down into the depth of yourself and lay bare what is there to your friend, and wait in fear for his answer. A few moments may do it, and it may be that you never do it but once. But done it must be if the friendship is to be worth the name. You must find what is there, at the very root and bottom of one another's hearts. A knowledge of grammar can be of considerable help to us, for it'll usually enable us to understand the reason why certain ways of expressing ourselves are right and others wrong, and to correct any errors we may have made. Further, a firm grasp of the rules of grammar will also enable us to understand the meaning of the great English writers far better than would otherwise be possible, and thus more fully to appreciate their work. When a man or woman of ordinary appearance and uninteresting speech comes into our presence, we say, "How do you do?" and turn away. But when we are informed that this same person has written a novel, immediately we become interested and turn again to him or her in the expectation that something profoundly illuminating will be said to us. Experience does not cure us of that delusive hope. One of the most difficult things to make up our minds about is in what freedom consists. I once met a woman who, having been left with a fortune, said that she would never feel free till she had got rid of her property. Possessions, she maintained, made one a slave, and one became their servant and not their master. And the only hope of recovering one's liberty was to disburden oneself of them somehow or other, and to live a property-less life like Thoreau or an Indian saint. Of all the characteristics of ordinary human nature, envy is the most unfortunate. Not only does the envious person wish to inflict misfortune and do so whenever he can with impunity, but he is also himself rendered unhappy by envy. Instead of deriving pleasure from what he has, he derives pain from what others have. If he can, he deprives others of their advantages, which to him is as desirable as it would be to secure the same advantages himself.